Hello, fire starters. It is February 18th. I'm very confused because we didn't have school today. And we have 10 days left in the month, which is crazy because it's a short month. And I had some fun things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So we're just going to dig right in. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you for watching the recording. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to the team to show up and engage. So thank you. And thanks for who hopped on last night when I led the Rock the Business Zoom. It was super fun. I said, just got it so weird because when it was a large group of people, I think by the end we had like 40 something people on there if like you scrolled all the way through the pages. But everybody is muted. And so you're just talking for a really long time. Like here, people will pop in and say things and there's like it's really quiet. So yeah, that's really fun. I'll be doing them. I don't know if I'll always have the topic that I do, but they nominated some of us to be the ones who do the Zoom. So thank you for showing up. It was actually really great to talk about it. And I've been going through the lessons and it is so good this time, you guys. If you haven't gone through it, do it because your coaches are going to go through it. The lessons are usually pretty short. Sometimes they'll have an extra lesson on there that's longer, like one of Trina's national wake-up calls or something, or one of her extra Zooms. But usually they're like 7 to 12 minutes of a little video, super concise. You can see my curling iron burn. This is what happens when I get bangs. I end up burning myself. But just like really smart, good information. It's in units, so it's self-paced. There's only one assignment total, which is your check-in for the week. So it's not like every day you feel like you have some homework assignment you're behind on. And then there's a Zoom every single Sunday night at 6 o'clock our time. So 5 o'clock Pacific. And a lot of participation. The engagement has been like through the roof since it's changed. And even though this is the first month, a lot of people hopping on the Zooms, a lot of people answering the questions, just really good. So if you haven't done it, do it again. I learn stuff every time I go through it. And every time we revamp it, the elite coaches have also learned something new. And so it just constantly gets better. So there was that. Totally got me off track. So tomorrow, Energized Fruit Punch launches. I have a post that's going to go up tomorrow since you guys are both leaders on the team. I want to get everybody to try it. I want to try to do a monthly product kind of that we all try together. Some of it we will have tried before, some not, but also that helps us to, your pillow's moving, to also give us, hello puppies. I know mine haven't found me yet. To give us testimonials on things. So we'll try it for the month and then we'll all write how we feel about it. And then we all have different testimonials we can use. So tomorrow the post is going up about Energized Fruit Punch. Encourage your discount coaches and encourage your team. Another thing that it will do is it builds volume for us. Like maybe people have been wanting to do Energize and have just keep forgetting to order it. And this will like push them to do that. People can buy it for samples or whatever, but I think it'll be a really good thing. So maybe sometimes we'll do 3-day refresh, or when new things launch, we'll do that. Maybe we'll try the beach bars, just build up our repertoire of testimonials. What else? I don't think there was, well, I can't even log in right now. It won't let me log in. So I put up a post, and I do this weekly, about we'll do it, team volume. Because I kind of want everybody to see how we're growing as a team, what things you can be shooting for, like what the averages are, all of that sort of stuff. And if you've been looking, like there's more and more names and the numbers are growing, it's super exciting. But the one that I have been using is your monthly projected. So it changes over the month as you have new orders, but it counts for the baseline of people who you have on Shakeology Direct or Performance Line auto ship. I can also do it weekly, but I think it's kind of fun to see like where you're supposed to be for the month and then like beat it every week. You know what I mean? So that's fun for me. And if I can get my anything to work, I was going to show you how you can see that. The other thing that's great about team volume and the team volume report is that you can see who's contributing to your paycheck. So you guys know that it's not just you and your PS coaches that contribute to even like your team, when you get your team cycle bonuses, when you hit Emerald and you start doing that, maybe it'll work. it's really nice to be able to recognize who in your downline is contributing to your volume bonus, because then you can start recognizing and connecting with people who are running, who you may not know. Like there may be people who are contributing to your paycheck and you have no idea who they are. So, oh, here I can actually see it. I wanted to show you an example with part of my back office if I can get it to load. So yeah, I not only see your names, I pull your names out when I do the reports, or my assistant does the reports, but I see tons of names of people that I don't recognize because coaches above me have added them. And those may be the runners, and there's no problem with shouting out people that aren't your PS coaches, because they're the ones who are contributing the most to the growth of your business. Here we go. Maybe it'll load. So that is super exciting. So if you have questions about that, if I don't get this to load, I'll do a video later about it, about how you can see all of that stuff. But you can message me too if you have questions about your own volume, or if you're just starting and you have questions about your team's volume. I love that the pillows are just like all over the place with them rumbling around. Okay, I am gonna actually share my screen because it's working right now. Okay. Can you see my back office? Whoa. Yeah? Okay. Nodding. So the way you get to it is if you go to, you probably know this part. So here's your monitor, my business. You can go to team volume. If it'll load, cross your fingers. Okay, so here are some of the different weeks and volumes, and you can see it ranges a lot during the week. Like here, 11/28, that's always my highest week for volume because we are like wrapping up the month, getting challenge packs ready. Total PV for myself, my left and my right side. So if you click on these things, like right side is my strong leg. That's where Trina adds her coaches to me. This is all the people on the right-hand side who have contributed to that volume, which helps my team cycle bonus. But if you click it and click it again, it ranks people like from the top volume and down. So you can see, like, I have no idea who Jason is. And it may be someone's husband, it may be a discount coach. Tanya, I know that's one of Trina's coaches. Audrey's on there. Go Audrey. Wendy's on there. So you can go through and see, like, maybe you start shouting out the top 5 people weekly so that people can see that your business is growing. You don't have to put the numbers up there. But that's a really great way. And recognition is one of our vital behaviors. It's a really great thing to do. And I put up a post the other day, and you guys are welcome to use it. So right now our team is ranked 2,000, which at a 450,000, which, like, we keep going up. It was 5,000, and then it was 3,000, and now we're 2,000, and that's just in January. So we'll continue to go up, which is exciting. But that puts us in the top 0.5% of the company, which is huge. Like, if you, like, that percentage sounds really great, and you're a part of that. So I put up a post about how I'm a part of, you know, a team that's in the top 0.5% and how we're growing and how exciting we are. You are a part of that. Feel free to use those numbers. That people want to be attached to people who are going somewhere. And when they see numbers like that, like, maybe you can't put, I'm number 26, like Danny Detra can, but you can put, I'm in the top 0.5%. And people will be like, oh, that actually means something. You're not just another person selling stuff from home. Like, you're going places, you're doing something. So does anybody have questions about the volume? No? So if you want, here, I can do this. So this is how I get to this. That's weekly volume, which is not what I am currently posting, but I recognize people for it. And you can look there too, like, who do I need to reach out to? Who could I help grow, even if they're not in your downline? So that's the weekly stuff. When I do my reports, I go to my sponsorship drill down. So then I can just see my PS coaches and their PS coaches, my whole PS downline. And on there, it shows everybody's projected monthly totals, if it'll load. See, it was working just fine. Oh, here we go. So, like, you can see here, projected PV, and then you see all these numbers. So that's where we got those numbers. So, stop sharing that. Anyway, So that's there. Now you know what the heck I'm talking about when I start sharing reports and you see what's happening. That's where I see Success Club numbers. That's where I see team volume. That's where I see who is what rank and what their lifetime rank is. There's a lot of information in your sponsorship drill down. So if you're not comfortable with that, get comfortable with that. There are there are YouTube videos on it. You can ask me about it. That is like the lifeblood of your business is in your sponsorship drill down. And then get to know the other team volume parts and those reports, because then you see the other people who not on your sponsorship drill down who are contributing to your business. Okay, so we did this fun thing with Trina about promise statements, and that's what I put in the post tonight that we were going to talk about. She said, what can you say to people who are on the fence, whether it's a customer or a coach, or maybe a coach who was really active and has kind of taken a step back? What can you say to them that is true that will help them to get over that? So there were some examples. So let's talk about customers. You have two things that you can promise customers when you talk to them. One is your promise to them, and one is the company's promise to them. So she said, you can start out with like, I know this is a scary choice to make, or I know this is a hard choice to make, but I promise you that I care about you, that I'm going to check in on you. I'm not going to let you fall off, and I'm going to be on this journey with you. You're not alone. Like, what is the promise statement that you can make to a customer that's not just like, I promise you, you're going to get ripped. Like, what is that? You know, you can, or some of the other coaches said, like, I promise you're always going to have a community of women who are like hustling alongside you to be their best selves. So there's a lot of things that can be personalized to you about what your promises that you make to customers. I promise you, like, especially if it's someone who needs accountability, I promise you, I will check on you every 2 days. I will check on you weekly. I will, whatever that is that you can promise to them, what sets you apart as a coach? How can you make them feel safe in making the choice? Because I'm sure that they're not hearing like, I promise that I care about you and I'm going to see you through this from a lot of other people in their life, you know? And then the company promise, the guarantee, I don't know how much you guys are using it, but it's huge. I talked to a coach prospect today from Florida, and I said, it's not only for you, but for your customers. But if they drink the entire bag of Shakeology and they don't like it, they get their money back. Or, you know, like if they don't like Beachbody On Demand, they get their money back. If they want to return Portion Fix, they get their money back. I always insert, I've never had anybody do that. I've never had anybody return an empty bag. I've had people return ones that when they get too much and then they return a box, but never like, I hated this so much, I'm returning the entire thing. Or maybe they'll swap out a flavor. But anyway, that really shows people the integrity of the company, and also how much we believe in our products, that we're willing to let you try the entire thing and return it for full price. Not like a restocking charge or whatever they charge for all sorts of other things in life. One of the other coaches said, I promise I will lift you up and I will be your biggest cheerleader. So just think about those words, what your wording would be. In a little bit, we're actually going to do that. And then you have coaching. So that is a little bit of a different conversation. It should feel like a bigger commitment to people because it's more long-term. The risk is higher, but the benefit is higher. So she said, I'm not going anywhere. This is especially true. We have some coaches that have been out of Beachbody and now they're kind of coming back into Beachbody, or maybe they had not a great sponsor before, or they were in another business that wasn't as supportive as our business is. So I promise I'm in it for the long haul. I'm not going anywhere. It doesn't matter if you started yesterday or you started 6 months ago or you started 4 years ago. You can say, I promise I'm not going anywhere. I promise your goals matter to me. Like, how many times do you hear that? Your goals matter to me. And you can, talk about this community. I promise you're going to make some of the closest friends in your life here that you maybe used to just pass by each other, or maybe you live on different sides of the globe, but these people have your back no matter what. I promise you, you will find a community here like you will find nowhere else. I promise you will be a part of a group of women who want more for themselves and more for their families. Like, do you hear the difference in the way that you're talking about that, other than like, do you want to be a coach? what the heck is that, you know? So I want you guys to just take a couple of minutes and think about, let's start with customers. Think about what your promise statement is to customers. Like, what is it that you can picture one person in your head that maybe you've been having conversations with. You can, because then you can save this in the notes in your phone and have it ready to send people. What do you promise? So we're gonna take a couple minutes and do that. So go. I gotta put mine on my phone. You guys still working on it?
I got it.
You got it? Okay, what's yours?
Okay, so I promise to cheer you on through the ups and downs of this journey. It won't always be easy, but I'm just a phone call or message away.
Ooh, I love that. It's short and it's simple, but it like shows your heart. Perfect. Dana can't share hers unless she can type. So I just actually wrote a combination of what I had already written. I just didn't have a chance to put it in my phone. So I wrote, I know that this is a big decision, but I promise you that I'm on this journey with you. I care about you and I will not let you lose sight of your goals. I will check in on you, lift you up, and be your biggest cheerleader. So exciting. So those of you who have teams, share this. We'll do coaching in a second. Might be same, might be different. Might want to add a little bit like more, just depends on how you feel. But take this to your teams and let them create, because it also helps you feel a more personal connection to who you're working with when you think about like your heart and where you're coming from and how you actually want to serve people. So let's take a minute. Think about coaching and how that's a little bit different, how we're not just support and accountability, but we are like linking arms and doing something really big, and we're having a big impact on the world together. So like a couple more minutes and we'll do that. Still working?
All right, well, let's start.
What? Okay, what did you write?
Let's start. So I said, coaching has been one of the most rewarding things I've ever done, but of course it's not always easy. We are a team and here to grow together and support each other along the way. Let's dream big and help as many people as we can become their healthiest selves.
Perfect. Love it. I wrote, okay, I started it out similar. I know that this is a big decision, but I promise you that I'm on this journey with you. Your goals and dreams matter to me, and this community will always have your back. We're stronger together, and you belong here. So if you can make it any of it as you're listening to this recording, like if you can say in there somewhere, I promise, like this is what I promise you, it makes that bond and connection even stronger. I just think this is so fun. Like I get goosebumps when I write it because it just shows the importance of what we're doing.
Yeah. So what are your tips for, because I've contacted some girls that have never even heard of Beachbody and I don't even know how to first explain it. I mean, I sent that video to kind of explain,
Mm-hmm.
but
do you mean for coaching or
for coaching?
Okay. So I ask, I'm trying to think. Let me see if I can get into my notes in here. So I am using those, like that invite thing that I put, but I have been changing it a little bit for coaching, and I just started actually putting it in here today. So I still always get to the point where I say, how familiar are you with Beachbody and Shakeology? And then go into my story with it. So if they haven't heard of it before, then mine is what I put up there. So I started using their programs almost 4 years ago, along with Shakeology and their performance line, and it has changed my life and my body. I have never felt this good or been this confident in my own skin, and usually in just 30 minutes a day. I don't, like Joy had said, 20 minutes and I have a banging body or something. Like that's not the way that I talk. So I didn't put that. My clients join me in my virtual studio, but this is still good for them to understand how you work the business. My clients join me in a virtual studio and I help guide them with which program best fits, private coaching, and I keep them accountable. I also give tips, tricks, prizes, and live workouts. It's fun. Then I talk about Beachbody on Demand. And then you just segue into a little bit of what coaching is, in the virtual studio part of it. So now that they have an idea of what the heck are those two things, I run a team, because you do. I run a team. We connect online. We pool our resources. We are the CEOs of our own business. It kind of depends. I wait for that part, depending on if they're a fit pro or a not fit pro, exactly how I'm going to say that. We use that as a toolbox in our own brand, that sort of thing. So I really am, I will start to write something and be like, do not do that. Go back into the notes section and just copy what you already have used and write it. Because then I'm like, what should I write? What should I not write? And it's just much simpler to have it and tweak it if they're a fit pro or not a fit pro, or have a background in health and fitness or don't.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I need to look more at the coaching conversations in that file. I didn't look at that.
No. And I haven't put the tweaks in there very much of that, but I've been slowly, what did I tweak? Maybe I tweaked it in my own and not on here.
I mean, because I was just reaching out to him saying, hey, I think you'd be a good, coach. I know you do personal training, but this could be something on the side to help people that are outside of your, your little community. And anyway, and then inviting them to the sneak peek, which, are we doing that this week?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if these girls are actually going to jump in or if they even have.
That's fine. So I always, when we're done, erase all the stuff. So when you have people, you can immediately do it. Just let me know so I can run in, and I'll probably do it tonight or tomorrow anyway. Just put up a welcome video knowing that I'm going to start on Wednesday for the actual 3 days of videos. That's how I'm doing this week. I'm also looking at maybe just doing a webinar type of thing that they can watch. The hard part about that is I think they get kind of long. So I want to see, and I want to play around and see what your guys' feedback is, because some coaches do it one day, some do 2, some do 3. So do people get bored after 3 days? Is it just helpful to do one day and do a video morning, afternoon, and night? Because it's usually just 3 to 4 videos that I do. So we can kind of play around with the time frame. So, but for this week, it'll be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And if you guys don't know the link to that, I will repost it when I post this, the recording of the Zoom for the, I can't even remember what I called it right now. The other thing I'm thinking about doing is, okay, I don't know why people get so excited about a t-shirt, but people get super excited about t-shirts and earning them. So I want to, I'm thinking about calling the Fit Fam like the Firestarter Nation, and then have Team Firestarters be the coaching, because then we could either get t-shirts or water bottles or something that said Firestarter Nation, and if people commit to, like, follow through what they committed to for the month, then they get the t-shirt. It would not be a huge cost to me. So, and I think it might help people. I don't know why, but it helps people. I'm in some other challenges now, and people like are posting about, I saw my t-shirt shipped, I'm so excited. Like, people in their t-shirts, or they have like those rubber bracelety things. I don't know. People get really excited about that. Or maybe we have different things if like you complete 1 month, 6 months, a full year, whatever. Just like the Success Club prizes, I think maybe that would incentivize people to follow through and maybe not fall off as much. So that's what I'm thinking about, calling it Firestarter Nation, so that people, so it's kind of connected to the team, and then it's not so strange when they upgrade and then they're just part of the team Firestarters. So playing around with the wordage, but, and I might have Karen help me with some of that because she does the t-shirts. So
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's so funny. Like I like t-shirts, but I'm not a huge, like I would never do something for a t-shirt.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how much of a cost difference do you think, like those little shaker bottles that Team Rockstar Fit? I mean, I love those.
Yeah.
You know, it's perfect for Energize. And
yeah, we can look at that too. The one I looked before, she used the actual blender bottle, and I just think because of the amount that I was ordering, the cost was pretty high. But that's another thing that I've looked at, like if we could get anything like that where they can feel more connected, more a part of it, and an incentive to actually show up. And maybe it doesn't have to be all 7 days, but we say like if you check in 5 days a week, or 4 days, like 4 days, because that gets you your lift for people, because they're not going to check in on days when they don't work out. That's hard, but they could do like 4 days and a rest day or so, you know. So that's what I'm playing around with there. So yeah, Sneak Peek starts on Wednesday. Energize is tomorrow. This is the month, well, it's still Team Cup. This is also the month that they're counting the top numbers to get into Jericho's like actual test group, not like the one that happens when we all buy it, but the before the scenes where I'm telling you, it's so funny. You have to sign all of these things about like, I won't share any information with anybody. And the DVDs that you get are like literally like burned ones, and someone like has written the name on it. It's not the like, yeah.
So you can't even like
packets.
Record your workouts and stuff.
So it's funny, as it goes, there's different amounts. Like we were allowed to share up to 20 seconds for a long time. And then somehow they did like that one Saturday where they'll do like a sneak peek video that everybody can get on Beachbody On Demand. So once that happened and everybody else was doing longer videos, they let us do longer videos, because we were like, it's not fair that everybody else is doing like minute-long videos on Facebook and we're allowed to do 20 seconds or whatever. And then like you can't hear the trainers in the background, so you have to have cover music, that kind of thing. But it's really funny, like when you get it, it just was like getting a floppy disk in the mail. It was really funny. I was like,
yeah, like behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's like not done yet.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Cool.
Yes. Oh, also March 4th is Ultimate Fix. We talked about it last week. So that's when we can get access to that. That's when you can get access to the mentorship and the certification. And then it's April that they start the live, like you get access to the live workouts as they are released. Right? I hope I said that right.
Yeah. Is it April 1st? I'll look.
I think it's something like that. Yeah. And I will post an updated thing on there too. The book club is still going. We are on day 15? 15. I lose track sometimes. I'm like, what number today is it? If you haven't read it, grab it. It's a really good book. Like I'm learning a lot about, well, I knew I was a perfectionist before this, but it's nice to know that perfectionists kind of work in a similar way, and that there's freedom at the end of the tunnel. Like you can get yourself away from it. And she's just really smart and funny. I like how honest she is about her own journey in there. So if you just got it, feel free to catch up. We still have 7 days left because it's 21 days of, it's 21 chapters. So there is that. Wendy, do you have any other questions? Any other things going on? What happened with the UK person? Let's catch up. Wasn't there?
Yeah, so I've been kind of going back and forth with her. I haven't heard from her in like a day, but I've been posting like on her, you know, because she'll post her workout stuff. And anyway, so I'm gonna message her tonight too. And it's so hard because like an 8-hour time difference too.
That is the hard part. That will be the hard part about team calls too, as we, because I'm pretty sure at Summit they're going to be announcing another international expansion. I don't know where or what, but yeah. Well, that was like the funniest text ever. She's like, you're like, darn it, she's in Belfast.
Well, I didn't even apparently. Well, it's Ireland. So, but it says
it's Northern Ireland.
So is Belfast? I mean, I should look that up. But
yeah. Well, I was like, you know, I would. What was the thing I was thinking of? Oh, like Budapest. I was like, it kind of sounds like, you know, like you think of like one of those farther places. But yeah, I actually Googled it because I was like, when you said that, I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's in Ireland. But I did Google it. I didn't just like know it off the top of my head. I was like, wait, that's UK.
Yeah. I always, my excuse is I only teach up to 4th grade.
Yeah. That's so funny. So I used to say that too.
No, like so anyway, I'm going to see if she's on Facebook
to
see if she can even do the coach sneak peek.
Yeah.
And then.
So when I ask them if they're on Facebook and they say no, then I'll say, well, no worries. I can just send you the video.
Okay.
The one that Trina had. And then once they're in it, I'll say, like I was talking about with the Fit Fam, like, would you be willing to get an account just to be able to be in the team page?
Yeah. And I did send her, like this email I send to people when they're interested, even like being a customer, and I had everything in there, and I put the link in there for the UK. But anyway, I have not heard back from her, and that's been like 3 days on that. So I don't know.
People get
what's happening.
Busy.
Yeah, so I'll check in with her again. I'm still trying on a few other people. I don't know how successful.
That's all right. I am finding, so I did write to Joy and I said, what's the percentage that since you're like sending this to all these people, like what is the percentage that you're ghosted? Because it happened to be the day that I started doing this was the day that I posted that picture of myself in a sports bra and said, like, this is the reasons I didn't want to post this picture. And so I had way more messages than I usually do. Like, I think 230 people have liked it and I have 90 comments or something. So it's like, because my percentage of getting ghosted right now is pretty high, but I'm also messaging a ton of people that I wouldn't normally message. So she said, the more she uses it, and she uses that system of, if you guys haven't watched her video in our page, watch it, where she was like, you don't get to choose what they're like, you can't decide their decision before you even ask them. You don't get to decide that for them. So like when you go to message a person and you're like, she probably won't do it, you don't get to decide that for them. You send the message anyway, which is like, it's helpful to get to that point and be like, okay, I'm sending it anyway because I don't get to decide for them. And also that thing where she said, go in and like date them or whatever, like 3 of their pictures and comment on one, and then wait and see if they do the same to you. And then if they do, hello, write a little message that's just like, hey, love your vibe or whatever. That has helped a lot too, to build a conversation. She says because of that, she's attracting more people who just like her, who are more like her. And so she gets ghosted less. Her percentage is low. So I think if you like stay consistent with that, the one part that I want to talk to her about too is how she tracks that. Because if I go and someone has liked my post and I send the thanks so much for supporting me, I may be skipping over, and I don't know if she does that too, skipping over the part where she would have just written like, thanks for liking my post. Your page is great, or whatever. You know what I mean? Am I making sense? Like, how do you track how do you track who you're dating and who it's okay to message already? So, and probably overcomplicating it, because that's what I do with my blue personality. Probably you just message people when you want to message people. But yeah, so far it's been really helpful in adding that, hope you're having a great day. I continually have tweaked the message, because I would never say, do you want to join my Fit Girl gang? Which is what her messaging said. So I think I put, what did I write? And then we can go through. I gotta go to. Oh, I've erased something. That's great. Oh yeah, I just erased it totally. Have you ever considered joining me and working on our health goals together? And then I took out the love to have you in my Fit Girl gang or whatever, because that just doesn't fit who I am. So yeah, tweak don't copy and paste exactly what she wrote. It never works when you use someone else's words verbatim. It just doesn't. You have to put it, like, I don't use the same emojis that she would use. And I would never say bangin' body. Like, you have to, people be like, what are you doing? You would never say that. So don't, if you would never say it out loud, don't write it in a message. And I accidentally erased something. That's just not good. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I really like, she had a lot of breakdowns, and it's been really helpful. Like, once I wrote here's my story about my journey with Beachbody, if they don't know about Beachbody. And then I give them a video preview of whatever program I think fits them best in my head. So I don't send everybody 21 Day Fix. A couple of people I've sent Lift for. And then like I did copy and paste. These are your 4 options. So, and that makes it so much easier than going back and forth or letting them think that they don't have a program picked out yet. It's really great when you start somebody to like let them know what they're looking for when they go into Beachbody On Demand. I know a lot of coaches who will just say like, we'll figure out your program here, go ahead and get set up. But it's like they need to feel like they're going somewhere, like that they have. Like I had someone in the Fit Fam today who did not clearly get what I was talking about, who was asking for suggestions on what workout to do. And I was like, no. Nope, that's my job. Don't ask the other challengers what program to do. It's good to say, like, what else have you liked if you've already been doing it, but she was brand new. I was like, don't do that. You're going to end up doing a whole lot of, what does Nadine do every day? Pyo Drench every day. So, but anyway, the Fit Fam is going really fun for those of you who aren't in there. Lots of energy, lots of check-ins. They go back and forth about putting their picture. I don't care that much yet. I'm going to push them once they're used to it to add the selfie. It's been a lot easier for me to just throw pictures in. Like tonight, I'm going to put up a picture of 2 different size plates and say like, it's like your plate size matters. And it's really been simple to go in there live and tell them things, but the engagement rate and to tag people is a lot easier. So I tag people every night about posting. We did a water challenge and had a lot of people engage, and usually they don't listen to me when I do that in the tracker. They just ignore some of my posts that they want to. So it's been really good. And yeah, I'm hoping to go towards the point of, and we would probably have to, the one part that's really hard is tracking their check-ins. Like I used to do a Sunday shout out, and it's really hard for me to, I guess I could like tally them or have my assistant go through and tally them, like who checked in when. But we may just have to do an honor system, like have a tracker sheet where they just check off if they did their workout and they like post a picture with themselves. Because I don't want to make it more complicated or time consuming for us. But they seem to be having a lot of fun in there. They're interacting with each other. Some of them have just posted, like someone posted a video today. I was so excited. I was like, yay, a challenger posted a video of like a funny video. but it was still fun. I'm like, that is what we want to get it to, where everyone feels like they're involved in posting, and that they're learning, and it's just a fun, supportive place to be. So yay to all of that. Okay, it is 7:55. Any other questions? No, you're good. Okay, so I will post this recording. I gotta write this down. After it goes to Mars and back. That's what I feel like it has to do before I can get it onto the page. Post recording, and then the sneak peek link. The Energize post goes up tomorrow. Oh, and then I'm gonna put up the poll and see if people could do Sunday nights, if we could get more people on if it was on Sunday night. All right, thank you guys for hopping on. Thank you for hopping on when you don't feel good. Thank you for watching the recording if life is busy and you couldn't be on right now. And I'll let me know if you have questions, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
All right, see ya.
Bye.